Members of the Joint Facilities Advisory Commission, media, and the community took a tour of county sites and facilities. And we'll tell you more about what they saw and how Arlington works for you later in our program. But first, Arlington is thrilled to welcome Nestle to Roslyn. Governor Terry McAuliffe made the announcement at 1812 North Moore Street, which becomes home to Nestle USA's corporate headquarters in September. The company will occupy 206,000 square feet of office space and create 748 jobs. Learn more about Arlington's increasingly diverse economy and doing business in the county at arlingtoneconomicdevelopment.com. Planning for the new Lubber Run Community Center kicked off this month with an engagement process that includes public meetings, community feedback options, and outreach for the building and park design. Learn more about plans for the new community center and sign up for email updates at projects.arlingtonva.us. Search Lubber Run. Congratulations to Amy Cohan, a 10th grader at Wakefield High School and the winner of the latest vehicle decal design competition. Her design, Arlington Sees Stars, features a photograph of the David M. Brown Planetarium. It will appear on the windshields of more than 160,000 Arlington vehicles. For more information on the decal competition, or to find out how to participate next year, go to taxes.arlingtonva.us. Members of Arlington's new Joint Facilities Advisory Commission, or JFAC, visited sites around the county to take a first-hand look at current conditions and get ideas on how to help the county and public schools resolve pressing capital facilities needs. Let's hop on the bus and take a look.
Today we took a bus tour of some of the sites that we're going to be considering in the Joint Facility Advisory Commission. Most of the sites were sites that the county is considering acquiring either through purchase or land swap. And so we went to look at the sites to consider their physical considerations, their legal constraints. We really just got a chance to take a look at the actual properties that the county might take. The JFAC, the Joint Facility Advisory Commission, is a jointly appointed commission by the county board and the school board. It's the only one that's jointly appointed. Its job is to consider long-range planning for facility needs for both county and schools. It's also it's tasked with looking at the long-term capital improvement plans as well as needs assessments, facility needs. We had a great turnout from the public. We actually had a lot of residents, and we also had a lot of parents who were concerned about school issues. So we had a full packed bus.
So the big help was actually being able to get out of a room, go outside, and actually see these properties. It's one thing to look at a property on a map and see, what does the map say, but when you're walking around the site, physically seeing how it connects to the neighborhood, how it relates to the terrain, you can make much better decisions knowing those kind of details about a particular piece of property. So these sites are ones that are under active consideration by our county board, by our school board. These are sites where we have the opportunity to expand the facilities that we have in our community's inventory. And we want to make good, thoughtful decisions about whether these are the right facilities, these are the right pieces of property that we want to add to our community assets.
These sites have time constraints on them. The county and the school board, they have decisions that have to be made about whether these properties should be purchased or not, or whether they should be swapped or not. And in case of the Virginia Hospital properties, it could be a combination of a couple of the properties. That has to be decided soon.
There was a lot to see, certainly a lot of properties, some of which, people drive by every day and you don't really realize, what is there.
I knew quite a bit about several of the properties, but I have to say I'd never been to the Shirlington site, so I definitely got a first-hand look at some of our transportation needs and services, which was very eye-opening for me. The Trade Center was even though I'd seen it before, it's even more packed than it was maybe 2 years ago. So I'd say that that was sort of the surprise, is how much the county does with such little land.
Our job is really to look at our whole community. Like, what are the needs that we have as a community for facilities? What are the assets we have today as a community with facilities? And where there's a difference, where there's something that we need that we don't have yet, particularly with the long-range growth that we expect, that we look at that gap and figure out how can we address that gap.
So the commission will be meeting regularly in our regular meeting once a month. We're also going to have subcommittee meetings that the public is welcome to attend it as well, where we actually kind of get down to the details that are all laid out in the community facility study siting process. And so over the next 6 months, hopefully we'll come up with some recommendations to inform the county board and the school board's decision making. I think we have some really exciting opportunities in front of us.
JFAC members will provide input to the county board and the school board. You can learn more about JFAC at commissions.arlingtonva.us. Search JFAC. JFAC is just one of several commissions created by the county board for limited terms to focus on projects of immediate concern. There are also about 50 standing advisory groups established by the board to increase community input and focus on specific community needs. You can join a commission by applying online at commissions.arlingtonva.us or by calling the county board office at 703-228-3130 for an application. Commission meetings are open to the public, so feel free to attend one of your choice. Can't make it in person? Watch the planning and transportation meetings, all of which are streamed online. The schedules are posted in our calendar at today.arlingtonva.us. Arlington will celebrate our rich African American heritage at the annual Feel the Heritage Festival, Saturday, February 25th, from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Charles Drew Community Center. This free event, now in its 25th year, will feature live music and dance, a hall of history, children's activities, delicious food, and a great selection of vendors. We have a new show! Arlington Today is a 1-minute daily update that highlights events going on in your neighborhood. Watch it by subscribing to the Arlington County YouTube channel or by following us on Facebook or Twitter. You can also see it every morning right here on Arlington TV. Well, that's it for this edition, and we'll see you next time around Arlington.